Discover how to create effective luxury e-commerce marketing with AI. In today's episode with Gabriel Kaam. Gabriel Kaam is the founder of KNR Agency that has been working since 2016 with luxury fashion beauty brands to help grow on e-commerce and with notable clients such as LVMH, L'Oreal, Givenchy, and many more. So, Gabriel, please tell us, how can entrepreneurs create a luxury e-commerce marketing with AI?
AI Superwoman podcast with Lily Patrascu shares the world's most innovative AI tools and processes to go from technophobe to AI pro, attract leads, close sales, automate your business, enhance productivity, and deploy AI agents to do your work.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, thank you for having me on the show. I think it really boils down to what's the definition of what is luxury and what we can do with AI at the moment. I feel like AI, it's in the mouth of everybody when it comes to marketing, content creation, strategizing. If I want to give like a really short and honest answer, I would say that it's at the moment not possible to do it only with AI. Like this AI is a powerful tool, but to obtain this luxury, quality when it comes to deliverable, you kind of need like this human touch that is really unique and it's really hard to replicate with AI. But we're still seeing like a lot of use cases to use AI when creating and growing a luxury brand using this new technology.
Thank you. So tell us, what kind of tools can be leveraged? So I did understand that you need to have the human touch alongside AI, but tell us some of the tools, AI tools that can be used in order to perhaps speed up the customer experience. Because let's say normally you would have, a normal website that would have people that work until 5 p.m. that would perhaps slow down the customer experience. Whereas now that you can have AI agents and you can have chatbots and so many more tools that could potentially enhance the luxury customer experience.
Yeah.
Some AI tools that can be leveraged for enhancing the luxury customer experience.
Yeah, so we're seeing like a few AI tools that can be used to enhance the luxury experience, especially on the website. I think one that is maybe the most talked about is chatbots. The way to have a customer being able to have some kind of a human-like interaction, even at midnight or on the weekend, to get some information about an item, a product, or maybe like an order. AI chatbot or AI tool are really great because they are able to connect to, different services. They're able to give you, let's say, the right status, on a specific order, and they can do that in a non-robotic manner. So instead of having just like a tag that said that your order is in this warehouse, they're going to be able to welcome you to the website, by your name if they know it, be able to, ask you what you're looking for in a really formal way, depending on the brand's tone of voice. And then they're going to be able to assist you with, any request you may have. It's not just this like click and button, like, click my order, enter the number ID. So it's kind of like a good way to create like a more human and a more like personalized connection, kind of like having like a sales or like a personal assistant, basically. And you can do that with AI tools such as a chatbot, for example.
Thank you. Are there any specific tools that you recommend for that?
So right now, actually, we are looking closely at a startup in France. I think the name is Upsell AI. So they are basically creating these chatbots specialized in fashion and luxury, online shopping. And they also want to do recommendation, based on your preference and your previous orders. So yeah, I think this is like an example of like a really great tool that's kind of like pushing the boundaries of what is supposed to be the standards when it comes to, internet interaction with a support system for a specific brand.
Thank you. In terms of in terms of advertising,
yeah.
What is the secret to scaling a luxury brand using AI? Like, are there any tools that can be used to optimize the sales copy or to optimize the advert so that it engages more and it leads to more sales?
Yeah. Well, I would say if you want to use AI to, let's say, optimize your ad copy or your digital assets, I mean, AI again, I don't think itself will be like the only the only tool you will use, but there are some tools that can help you generate like a lot of ad set and copy that you can then test onto your audience. So I know there's a tool, I don't have his name right now on the tip of my finger, but even a tool like ChatGPT, you can use. You give them like a few idea of what you're looking for, and ChatGPT will be able to give you, like a few example, like, 20, 30 or 50 example. But then again, they are not all good to take, right? So you kind of have to filter that out. You need to also, even the one that you like, you still need to adapt them to your brand identity, your brand tone of voice. But these tools, ChatGPT, DeepSeek, Claude, they're really good with ideation. So coming up with new ideas, coming up with like an angle. We used it with one of our clients when we are writing a specific email for their VIC. And it just helps, make the email feel like a little bit less robotic. And then, adding this human touch again at the end before you hit the send button, it's always a good idea.
Thank you. Tell us, what's the blueprint for entrepreneurs to create a luxury e-commerce marketing business that is successful with AI, and not only with AI?
Yeah. Well, I think for me, like when you talk about how to start, like a luxury brand, it's about understanding what luxury. And luxury, I mean, of course, there's many ways to define luxury. I like to boil it down to maybe like two aspects, like really high craft and quality in the product that you are producing, and also you want to have a product that is highly desirable, right? Because a product can be high crafted, but if nobody wants it, I would not really call that luxury. So you kind of have these two ideas. And I mean, AI will not help you craft like the perfect handbag or something. So that's something that you need to work on, in the real world. But AI will be able to maybe help you do like a lot of brand research when it comes to market analysis, trends, because of course he has access to a lot of data. He's seeing like everything that's happening on the internet. He can understand trends, and they can see, what's maybe popular right now, what kind of item is going into fashion. So if you're really starting on like your brand, that could be like a good idea, basically, to get a sense of what is desirable at the moment. And then if you can find a way to craft then a product or like an offer that fits with what the market demand or the trends go, then I guess it would be like a good way, to start a brand that is high quality but also desirable.
Thank you. Tell us, how can AI tools help an entrepreneur to create luxury marketing that can be used in a way that they don't have to use discounts? What's the element in the marketing that will enable someone to sell like a really high ticket and have like a desirable brand?
Yeah.
That people will buy without needing to discount?
Yeah. Well, I think one thing that I've been testing right now, and I'm still like in the testing phase, is being able to address a lot of my clients and customers kind of like in a highly personalized manner. And I do that using AI. So again, we use like tools like Make or Pabbly or Zapier that enables like, to connect a few data sources like a CRM. So a CRM basically will have information about my clients on my leads. So maybe I will know that I talked to him 6 months ago. I know he has a daughter. I know that he likes to golf, right? So maybe if I want to send him like an email that feels customized and personalized, and I do believe that this is what you want when you're talking luxury or high-priced item to sell, then I can basically use that data that I have on him with ChatGPT and that I will maybe craft like a first email that I want to send to him, but I can do that en masse with tool like ChatGPT, Make, or Zapier again.
Thank you. But tell us, how does this AI tool that you mentioned now, how does it help in terms of actually closing these deals? Because let's say it's very easy for me to get in front of titans that, let's say, are multimillionaires. There's a difference between that and then actually closing these high ticket these high ticket deals. What's in the writing that enables someone to actually, is it the experience? Is it the fact that you remember their dog's name or their daughter's name and what they particularly like? Or what is the thing that makes these products that you're selling super high ticket and not needing to actually do any discounts on them?
Yeah, exactly. Well, I think that AI can help you automate a lot of the thinking process before you even address a client or like a customer. Like, for example, I think last week I was writing a proposal for a client, and that's something that I can do that on my own. But you can also ask ChatGPT, for example, like what does it think you should structure the proposal, so you can basically okay, this is exactly what I'm doing right now. So basically when I'm on a call with a high ticket leads or with high ticket clients, I will have an AI tool like TLDV, for example, that will like record the code that I'm on. It would record a code and it would give me like a transcript after this call. So we usually have 1 hour 30 with my client, right? So there's a lot of information that's going to happen. And with the tool, I'm able to be more present in the call. I ask more questions. I'm able to really go deep into what they actually need. So then I will take this script, I will make it ChatGPT analyze it, and I will say, okay, based on what my clients have sent with this call, and based on what you know about my company, what product I'm selling, help me craft a proposal, right? But again, ChatGPT is not magic, so you can have step by step. My advice when you want ChatGPT to really do well is try to go step by step. So I will not ask him right away to write a proposal. I will first maybe try to give me like a structure for how the proposal should look like. And then you can basically challenge the offer, the aspect. And ChatGPT will be like really good sometimes at anticipating objection and helping you basically come up with that in advance. So you can include that in your proposal, or you can basically have that on your hand when it's time to present to the client. And then if they have a question, you can already have the answer. And you can basically do that with ChatGPT. Of course, you can do it, in your own mind, but ChatGPT makes it a little bit easier. And sometimes ChatGPT might come up with, idea that you may not have had on your own. So that's an interesting way to use AI when it comes to this high ticket or, like high price clientele.
Thank you. What other tools can be used in order to close super high ticket deals, and again, without discounts, with AI? Are there any other tools that you can recommend?
Well, it's not really only AI, but I think you need to make sure, like, if you want to use AI to its fullest, you want to make sure that to create an environment when actually AI can, I'm going to say, thrive and be the most impactful. So, we talked about agent earlier, so I mean, agent is basically like using different AI and have them interacted with each other, right? So that's a good way to to create like an ecosystem when you can connect elements. So you can connect your CRM, you can connect, the data you have on the client, you can connect to LinkedIn. So there's a plethora of items that you can use, of software you can use. But then it's all about trying to make them work together. And I think using the the agent approach, when it's a little bit automated, because all of these agents, they can act on their own and communicate with each other. You basically can recreate like a team or like a department of, like a high ticket, sales business. So if you do that, and if you calibrate all of these agents to have really high standards in the way they write, in the way they interact, and when they think, that's, for me, and right now, like the best way to use AI to empower any business to be more premium, sell, more product and with a higher price range as well.
Thank you. Isn't it a little bit risky to have like an agent, an AI agent to kind of speak to these super high ticket clients? The reason I ask this is because let's say you're talking to like a 9-figure millionaire, and then they have so many options. And if you say something wrong, if your AI agent starts to hallucinate, you use them forever, and they could be worth your company, I don't know, millions, or I don't know, at least 50K, right?
Yeah.
And in terms of lifetime value, who knows how much they're actually worth. And in terms of like, if you combine them with their family and the potential friends they may recommend and so on. So the stakes are so high. In terms of like getting these agents to actually interact with super high ticket clients.
Yeah.
What would you put in place to make sure that the experience that the high ticket clients have is always a great one when dealing with custom AI agents for your luxury marketing?
Yeah. I mean, if you want to make sure that your AI agents are actually providing a good experience for your customers, they might be high ticket or even not. As I said earlier, you cannot let them do everything on their own. You kind of have to have a human touch. And that could be just, for example, at the moment, I don't have an AI sending email for me, but I will have an AI write an email for me, send it as a draft so I can review it and then send it myself. So I like AI, but I don't trust it entirely. I mean, it's kind of like the same when you have like a new employee or like somebody who's at like a person in your company. You may entrust them to do some stuff, but there's some tasks that you may need to oversight to check right before them. So I would always advise, especially if you're putting some content, that could be like an email, a video, like a tweet, even at the world, especially if it's coming from your name and especially if it has your brand attached to it, because the stakes are so high, I would highly recommend anyone to double check and have like a human verify it. And again, in this ecosystem that I was speaking earlier, when it comes to automation, I always have like a validation step where things go through me sometimes before they actually get sent out. So that's the way to use AI without having the risk of, yes, as you said, AI, sometimes hallucinating or maybe having like a weird output that you may not expect. So, I mean, yeah, that happens all the time, right? AI is not perfect. Nobody is. Nothing is, in a way. So, yeah, I will advise to always like check if an email comes out. It will still be worth the investment because you are able to gain some time by having AI draft the email, but before you send it out, you should check it out before and make sure it's still human, especially when it comes to emails and sales. You really want to change the structure of the phrase sometimes to make sure that it's really you writing the email and not just a robot.
Thank you. What other tools would you put in place for luxury e-commerce marketing with AI?
Well, I think for me, like when I look at what's happening right now in the e-commerce world, the best use cases that I'm seeing when it comes to AI e-commerce, it's about customer support, being able to, have like a really high-end experience when someone comes on a website and maybe have a question about products, the order, your shipping policy, it could be whatever. So having like some kind of chatbot and interaction powered by AI is a good way to provide like a human-like and premium interaction. But there's a lot of use cases. So we're testing that with one of my clients. It's about product recommendation. So product recommendation has always been there, but it was never, it was like right now we are having some systems that are actually like smart. They can analyze thousands of points of data about your customers, about the trends. So they are able to recommend the product to your client that they actually want and that actually will enjoy. So it goes down to having this almost customized experience. They want to feel like when they come to a website that is tailored to them, right? That the product are shown, they are the product that they will actually like, not the one that other person would want like, and they want to feel like they are being serviced, in the right way. So that's a few services, I would guess, that we're seeing right now in the luxury world that yielding like really great results with the first that we're having.
Thank you. What are the biggest mistakes entrepreneurs make in luxury e-commerce marketing with AI?
Wow. Well, I mean, I guess we said it earlier, sending stuff without checking it first, that's a big no-no. Like AI is a good tool again, but it's not perfect, at least not at this moment. So I would say, especially when it comes to customer interaction, sending an email, even like a chat message, it's always good to have someone like being able to look at it, monitor it. You want to make sure that you actually log whatever is going on with AI, especially on a chatbot. Like I would not put a chatbot that I cannot then check back the history of what was said during the call with the client. That would be like a big risk. So yeah, I guess maybe trusting a little bit more AI can be like a mistake that some entrepreneurs make. But you probably learn from your mistake pretty soon, pretty fast.
Thank you. What automation processes would you put in place, aside from everything you talked about, in effective luxury marketing with AI?
Mm-hmm. Well, there's many, it depends on the use cases, I think it's easier if you get the use cases. But for example, we had this brand, they have a shop in Paris, right? And they wanted to a little bit, how do you say, enhance the experience when somebody was booking like a show to see their showroom. So with AI, we were able to, once they have a booking, we were able to basically look at the CRM, look at maybe their purchase history, see what kind of item they looked before. So we can basically create like a curation, I guess, of products that they can show to them, so that we can show them by email before the meeting. So like, hey, is that something that you may be interesting? So that we are sure that we have this product that really on display when they arrive, and it's a good way also to have to be able to ask them questions and basically to prepare everything. So for them, when they arrive, everything is ready to be able to service them in the best way possible.
Thank you. Tell us 3 case studies of how you used AI in luxury marketing for brands and how that has helped the brand to, sell more product or optimize their experience or save time, something of a positive experience in terms of luxury marketing with AI.
Yeah, for sure. So we have this client, actually Allies of Skin. It's a cosmetic brand, very high end as well. And there was a project that I was led by Antoine Roffler, so my business partner, and they basically built this whole e-commerce website that was highly powered by AI. So different type of AI, kind of like a chatbot thing, but it was also like personalized because he had the face and the voice of the creator of the brand. And basically it was more than just like a product recommendation. It was about, you would go to the chat and you would say, well, listen, I'm going to Dubai, in 2 weeks for like a business trip for like 5 days. Can you design for me the perfect skincare routine, And so based on what the AI knows about Dubai, the weather, the time of the day, and the activity, you're going to say the AI, I guess, chatbot was able to generate the perfect routine for this person. One click, you can buy it, receive it at home, and then you go, right? So you don't have to go to every product on a website, try to understand like which one you should do first, what is your routine going to be like, especially if you've never been to like a such, environment as Dubai when it's really hot. This was a use case that we put in place to be able to service better, the customer. So again, everything was ready for them. They just have to click buy, receive the order. So that's the kind of experience that you could only get in the past if you actually go to like a sales rep or maybe have like a consultant. Well, the AI was able to do that because they know the products, we know the database, we know the customers, so we're able to basically, have this really highly customized experience on a website, basically, yeah.
Thank you. Tell us 2 more case studies of companies, of luxury brands you've worked with, where perhaps your implementation of certain strategies has led to perhaps more money or selling more product, something that has enhanced the experience of the customer and has led to more sales for that luxury brand?
Yeah, exactly. Well, another example of how AI, can use can help luxury e-commerce to make more money and create more sales. I think we have one with our clients, Modelova. We created well, I guess this one is a chatbot, but it's more. We like to think about it more as a shopping assistant. Because Modelova is a marketplace, so they have a ton of product. They work with tens of thousands of brands, the Louis Vuitton, the Gucci, the Givenchy, so they have a lot of products, but sometimes it can be a little bit overwhelmed. So the chatbot basically can respond to all of the questions that you may have about any product, and they can also advise you based on style. So for example, let's say you live in France. Actually, that was my use case last year. You live in France and you have a wedding that you want to attend, but it's in Jamaica. What kind of shirt should you wear? Well, the AI, could be able to basically assist you, help you choose the perfect fabric. Maybe linen would be better than cotton, for the hot Jamaican sun. And then based on the trend of this period, it can help you choose a color, maybe a style, a brand. If you tell him your budget, it could basically add that to the research, and then propose you maybe like a few items that you may like. And if you like one, you can buy it directly. If you don't like one, well, they can actually refine the search based on your feedback. So, as AI, you can learn. If he proposes you like 5 products and you don't like any of them, he will understand that. And based on those, he will be able to, give you like a better recommendation, right? So that's a use case that we use. I mean, I guess it's still a chatbot, but it's a different one. It's more about shopping assistant, more than the routine creation that we had, with allies, for example.
Thank you. I'm wondering, actually, are there any ways to create like an AI avatar of yourself? So, for example, something I've been wanting to do. And perhaps a lot of brands can use this idea. I'm not sure if they're already using it, but I haven't really seen anyone doing that. Is imagine, let's say, creating an avatar of me that looks very, very similar to me, like realistic video kind of.
Yeah.
And then let's say if I wanted to try like I don't know, like a luxury coat. Then I would want to see what it would look like on my body, as opposed to, like, because typically, let's say a model, tends to be quite, thin, and, the clothes would look different on her versus me. So I think that if you were to create like an avatar of the people by, them adding some sort of picture and then turning it into a video, and then being able to actually see yourself into the on the website.
Yes.
And you could actually get, oh yeah, that is a good look on me. And perhaps you would also say, oh, actually, that is not a good look for me. And perhaps I would not buy something that doesn't fit me, and I would reduce the return rate as well.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I wonder, is there anything like this at the moment that luxury fashion brands are doing with AI in order to optimize sales? Or if not, is there something along those lines that can optimize the experience?
Yeah, that's a good question. I haven't seen it, but I would not be surprised if that actually exists, because the technology is there. But I've seen a few things that could be interesting. I was at I guess it's a conference, right? It's called Tech for Retail in Paris. I think that was last year. And I saw some devices, kind of like a mirror, basically, that you can sit in front and you can try some clothes on yourself. That was funny. That's a good experience, but I don't know how usable it is like in the day to day, but I think they're looking into that. I do know that, for example, for allies, we use some tools like Agent that they are able to create kind of like a video avatar of yourself. So I don't know if they will be able to make you wear like a certain garment or like a dress, but I know we use this technology and it's pretty advanced. It's actually pretty amazing when you see it. You just send like a few seconds of you talking, and then they can just create this avatar of you and can make it say whatever you want. It's actually crazy. They can actually replicate your voices with 11 Labs. So that's yeah, the technology is there. We just need someone to put it like on the e-commerce. But to answer your question, when it comes to e-commerce, I do know that we work with this startup in France. I actually forgot the name, but I know they work with one of our clients, Claudie Pierrot. So it's more like a premium high-end brand, not really luxury, but more like premium. And it's a brand that's part of the SMCP group, and they're really, they're trying to do a lot of efforts, when it comes to sustainability and diversity and inclusion, for example. So they realize that sometimes if you go on a website, the model doesn't look like you, right? It doesn't have the same skin tone as you, doesn't have the same shoulders. So what they're trying to do is with models that are generated to AI, you can choose your own avatar. So it's not you yourself, but you can choose the clothes that look a little bit more like you. And because they took all the measurements from the garment, they can make it appear, I guess, on the model that you choose. So I think that help people protect themselves and see how they will look like, in these clothes. Because we do know, like, that's been known for a while, of course, that showing like a model wearing the garment you want to buy, you can see how it flows. You can see what happens when they move. If you have like a video, that's even better. But it just helps you, imagine yourself with the garment on yourself, and we know that increase sale. I think we had some stat actually because we deployed something like this with one of our clients like 2 years ago, and we had maybe 15 to 30% conversion rate increase, which is pretty good, like for if you're making enough sales, that's a considerable amount of money you're making more every year. But yeah, so this tool, I forgot the name of the software, but it can probably be found online. So any e-retailer right now can basically add this tool to their website, and it's pretty easy to install. I think they're just like a few codes to copy and paste, and then you can also have this experience on your website to help people have an avatar that looks maybe like a little bit like more like them, and not always like the model that they features on this website, which is like not everybody looks like that, of course.
Thank you. So is there at the moment the technology for AI tools to, let's say if I wanted to try on, I don't know, it's like a Zara dress or like I can't think of a luxury brand like Prada. If I wanted to try something like that, is there any way to actually add in my picture and then to turn that into a video, and then from there to turn that particular dress into something that I can instantly see, not necessarily on a particular website, but I mean, just I wanted to kind of get an idea of how it would look just from interpretation. Does this technology exist at the moment?
Yes, this technology exists. I've seen it. It's just how do we make it easy to use on e-commerce websites? I don't know if that's there yet, but I mean, technically it's there. It's possible. I don't know if probably somebody has done it in the world. It's entirely possible. I haven't looked at it, but if I had to bet, I would bet that somebody did it because technology is there. It is possible right now that you take your own picture, you take a picture of a garment, and you basically mix them together with AI, and it just shows you how the garment looks on you. I know that's entirely possible, with the image generation with AI, and then you can even turn it like into a video to see how it flows to you. I think the main question right now is how accurate it is, because as you said earlier, AI sometimes, can hallucinate. So you need to make sure that the AI tool actually understand, the size of the products, because what's really important when you do that is that, okay, I can see how you look on me, which size should I buy? But if AI just made up a size, to fit with your, with my shoulder or something, well, yes, it looks good, but it doesn't really help me do a purchase, right? It needs to be useful. So I'm pretty sure technology is there somewhere. I don't have like a name to name right now, but I would not be surprised because I do know that brands are looking into that as well. And I know like a few startups who work in this. And I know like in the fashion industry, like size is one of the main reason why people return, products, and return just cost a lot of money, and they're really bad for the environment. So everybody has an interest in trying to reduce, return rate. So there's a lot of incentive for this kind of solution to exist in the market. So I would be surprised if this doesn't exist already, or if it will not come up in the next following month.
Thank you. Tell us where entrepreneurs can find you and how you can help them.
Yeah, well, you can find me on LinkedIn, Gabriel Kaam. My name is on the screen, I guess. And we also have a website, knr.paris, when you can see what we do at the agency, what kind of client we work with. And basically what we do and what we've been doing for the past 8 to 10 years is to help fashion, beauty, and luxury brand grow better on e-commerce. So that would be, website creation or revamp or optimization, and then do like a lot of SEO, SEA, digital marketing. We also help them, take better care of their customer, because we know that the client's happy, the client that will probably rebuy from you again. So that's a way to increase retention. So yeah, our goal is basically to partner with brands that want to basically grow online and through e-commerce. And we have a lot of services to help them with that, and a fantastic team that I've been working with, for like many years, and we've been getting some nice results. So, if you have a brand and wanting to grow better this year, you can contact me.
Thank you.
Follow me for more AI productivity tools.